Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nor-ain Kusain, Bais 2A, the 8th reporter from Group 13. So now, I am going to discuss the continuation of our topic, the liberals, Sayyid Qutb. Islamic system is similar to the democratic system. In either case, Islam is compatible with democracy. Ibig sabihin, Islam system ay meron ding pagkakapareho sa sistemang democracy. Islam is compatible with democracy. At dahil dito, Qutb's thought on Hakimiyya as the highest governmental and legal authority brought the authority of government under the realm of Hakimiyya. As the Hakimiyya sovereignty is practically the law, so the sovereignty is the sovereignty of law. Qutb argues that the duty of any government in general is to facilitate the application of law. On this basis, Qutb shifted the authority of legitimacy of the elected government from the electorate majority and placed it with the realm of executive power. He is of the view that the elected government derives its legitimacy from its activity of facilitating the application of law, not from the majority of electorate or the result of elections. In this way, Islamic system is compatible with democracy. Thinking of Western democracies, Albert Vin D.C. pointed out the constitution used in England as follows. Constitutional law, as the term used in England, appears to include all rules which directly or indirectly affect in the distribution or exercise of the sovereign power in the state. Hence, it includes, among other things, all rules which define the members of the sovereign power, all rules which regulate the regulation of such members to each other, or which determine the mode in which the sovereign power or the members therefore exercise their authority. Which means ang batas ng constitutional bilang terminong ginamit sa England ay lumilitaw na kasama ang lahat ng mga patakaran, direct man ito or indirect. Ito ay nakakapekto sa pamamahagi o paggamit ng sovereignty, kapangyarihan sa estado. Kaya kabilang dito ang mga bagay na lahat ng mga tuntunin ay tumutukoy sa membro ng sovereignty ng kapangyarihan. Lahat ng mga alituntunin na kumukontrol sa ugnayan ng mga naturang mga membro sa isa't isa o nang tumutukoy sa paraan kung saan ang pinakamataas na kapangyarihan o mga membro nito ay gumagamit ng kanilang mga authority. Similarly, Charles Frederick Strong defines the intent of a constitution in these words. The objects of a constitution, in short, are to limit the arbitrary action of the government, to guarantee the rights that the govern, and to define the operation of the sovereign power. This is simply what Qutb meant by Hakimiyya or sovereignty. He wants to limit the governmental activity to the law framework. This principle, as Qutb asserts, is a Quranic order lucidly expressed in terms of law, such as do this and do not do that. The Prophet himself was not empowered to exceed or overstep these limits. This is also declared by the Quran. These are the limits ordained by Allah. Do not transgress them. Those that transgress the limits ordained by Allah, those indeed are the unjust. Quran 2:2-9. In the sense of constitutional role and the limitation of governmental power in Egypt immediately after the July Revolution of 1952, Qutb sent an open letter to the President Muhammad Najib arguing him to eradicate corruption and prepare for a new constitution within 6 months. With his sense of humor, Qutb also ironically described the process of cleaning up just dictatorship. The Constitution of 1923 had brought about the corruption if not only the king and his collaterals but also the political parties and politicians. The Constitution will not be able to protect us from the return of corruption if you have not established a complete and comprehensive program to prevent those corrupted features from the further parliamentary activity. Should not the people who have suffered the oppressive dictatorship for decades be able to tolerate 6 months of a just dictatorship? We are just assuming that any of action cleaning up is but a dictatorship anyway. President Muhammad Najib was delighted with this ironic missive, laughing and showing it to his inner circle, and thereafter describing himself as just dictator and described Qutb as the master of the revolution. The letter not only indicates Qutb's sense of humor and constructive criticism, it also illustrates his ideological position that constitutional rule is Islamically legitimate and lies at the core of the Sharia. That is one word, the Hakimiyya, which is essential to the organs of the state and its overall identity. That's all. Shukran and wassalam.